and Kendall Brown. And speaking of which, Jalen Bridges, Baylor forward, joins us on Sicem 365 Radio. Jalen, you and I had a conversation. It was only about a minute earlier today. You've made the decision. Thank you for your time. What's today been like for you?
Man, it's been great, honestly. It's like a weight off my shoulders, to tell you the truth.
How long was the process for you? I mean, when did you just, as far as months of deciding when it was time to transfer and how involved you had to get with schools figuring out where you really wanted to be?
I didn't really consider transferring until like the end of the season, to be honest. But I'd say it's been a crazy process. It was a short process. It only about a month, but it's been a roller coaster ride of emotions. Like when you make that decision to enter the portal and you find your next place to go, then it's been great. It's been a blessing, honestly.
So, Jalen, when you entered the portal, did you have any idea at the time that Baylor might be a school that you were interested in, or were they just, a team that reached out to you and you're like, oh, okay, let's see what this is about? Like, how did that kind of work? And when they did talk to you that first time, can you kind of tell us about how that conversation went?
I wouldn't say like there was any like prior thought other than like when I first entered, me and my dad like wrote down a list of schools that we just knew off the top of our head from our knowledge of the game, seeing and playing, that they would be one of those schools where I would fit well. And the first conversation, I believe it was with Coach Jacobs, and we just got really close, and it was a really great. The vision they had for me, I think it'll be great for both sides.
How much did the decisions of Kendall Brown and Jeremy Sohan, and possibly whatever decision Matthew Meyer makes, how much did that influence you as well?
A lot, I'd say, just because of the opportunity to step in and contribute and win some games immediately. That's always going to be intriguing.
Jalen Bridges was at West Virginia, now a part of the Baylor men's basketball program, with us on Sicem 365 Radio.
What do you think of the style of play that Scott Drew and the staff run at Baylor?
I mean, just from playing against it, I'd say that they're like offensive masterminds. I've never played against a team that can get so many guys good looks in so many different ways. So. And then on the other end, they're a really, really solid defensive team. So they play both sides of the ball. It's kind of like West Virginia. So that aspect will carry over.
Jalen, what was your first conversation with Scott Drew like? And were you like everybody else who meets him, who you kind of have to go like, is this dude for real? Like, is this really how he is? Did you have that moment yourself?
I mean, I wouldn't say I had that moment. My family definitely did, because I've kind of been around them,
Yeah.
We played against each other, and you kind of see that personality on the sidelines, on TV, So I mean, he's a great dude, but I will tell you, he's not faking it at all.
Jalen, we've all discovered that. A lot of people who may ask, no way, and then all of a sudden, and now. You have to make the decision. You played for an incredible coach in Bob Huggins. We all love Huggy Bear. It is an incredible Hall of Fame coach. How hard was it to walk out of the program and get into the portal? And I know there's reasons you had. There's reasons that you had, and that's all that matters. But How difficult was that to tell him that you wanted to enter the transfer portal?
I mean, it was honestly the hardest decision I've ever made in my life. Tell you the truth. I mean, it sucks leaving home. Like, I've been here all my life. All I really did was move 45 minutes up the interstate. So it sucks leaving. Bro, hold on, my dog barking.
Yeah, the dog's mad too.
Yeah, he's mad too. But what I was saying, why I'm leaving. It sucks, but I love Hugs. I still love all the guys that I played with. There's no really bad blood. It was a personal decision for my best interest in my basketball career.
Jalen, on our chat room, Joey, who's a huge West Virginia fan, please tell Jalen, thank him for his time at West Virginia, loved him, and wish him the best of luck. And that's not always the case. Fans can turn quickly. They can get bitter quickly. How much does it mean that you obviously get that kind of support from those that you're leaving?
I mean, it means everything. Just knowing deep down, I truly gave my 110% effort every time I suited up and put that jersey on for my people. 'Cause, like, I grew up here, so just seeing that there's still love and people still want what's best for me, like, I get it. It's easy. It's easy to get someone who turns their back on you, but at the end of the day, it's a business, and I made a business decision.
Do you have a Texas checklist of things you'd like to do once you get here?
Not really. I've been in Texas like 10 to 12 times over the last 3 years, so I think I've covered it already.
Okay.
But living there, it might be a little different. You guys might have to help me out.
Well, no problem.
Yeah, we will when the time comes. I'm going to tell you, whatever the hottest you've ever been is, it's going to be hotter in the summer, but eventually it'll chill out a little bit. But Jalen, in terms of how you fit into this roster, depending on how it all looks when it falls, what did the coaches kind of talk to you about in terms of what they're looking for from you, what you can do for them, and what they can do for you?
I mean, they see me as being a guy that can do a little bit of everything for real. Like, I'm a good defender. I can space the floor with my shot. I can handle the ball. I can create shots for my teammates, and their vision for me is just doing that. That's really what I did when I was younger, playing like pre-West Virginia. So they want me to get back to that, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah, how much more do you have to get better, in your opinion? You talked about pre-West Virginia, and you've had your moments at West Virginia where you did well.
Yeah.
We went over some of the stats. It's not all about points. It's about the defense and about the other stuff, right? The intangibles.
Yeah.
So give us a little bit about that.
I'm very hard on myself. I'm always my hardest critic, so I feel like I need to get better in almost every area. There's really if you want to make it in this game, there's really no area you can't get better in. So, I feel like it's mainly a confidence factor, and they feel like they can help me rebuild that, and we're going to work together on that. Take baby steps. It takes time. It's not going to happen overnight, but just day after day, put that work in and try to do something special here.
Will you sign and then move during the early summer period? What's the timeline for you?
I'm not too sure exactly, but I'm pretty sure it'd be like the first week of June when I would get out there. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure though.
Jalen, there's a certain culture, as you know, in certain programs, and West Virginia has theirs as well. Just because last year didn't go well, Bob, we know about what he's done and what you guys have done as a program. But Baylor has this staff, and it's amazing to watch them. And you like you said, it's like with Scott Drew, you may go, there's no way that's real. But Jacobs and Brooks and others, Nunes, all of them. I mean, do you feel that? Do you kind of feel that from them, that incredible togetherness?
Yeah, they just made me feel like a part of the family, like, since they met me at the hotel from getting off the flight. Like, that's one thing about them. They're a great staff. They're so positive. They really try to bring out the best of you, like, as a person and as a basketball player. Like, that's what really stands out about them.
Who was the person you spoke to when you made the decision? Was it Coach Drew or was it John Jacobs?
I walked around the corner in the offices. He asked me if I was a Bear. I said yes, and Coach jumped into my arms.
Oh, you did! You did it during your visit, huh?
Yeah, it was right before I left.
They got you before you could get back on that plane, man. They closed the deal.
They said Coach gets what he wants.
So to be clear, was it Drew or Jacobs that jumped into your arms?
Yeah, or both of them.
Coach Drew.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Bill Peterson, Ty Beard, of course, the new Tweety Carter, former star at Baylor, a part of it. Jason Smith does a great job at DDA, among others. It's a great staff.
Yeah, they're all great people.
All right. Hey, it's been an emotional roller coaster, hasn't it?
It's been crazy, to say the least. Yes.
Do you feel like you're going to have?
It's a blessing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool opportunity that you've had that not a lot of people get. But do you feel like you're going to have maybe your best night of sleep that you've had in a while later on this evening?
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight.
Well, that's good, man. Get some rest. And thanks for your time, Jalen. Thanks for the little conversation earlier today. Baylor Nation is thrilled, and I look forward to seeing you once you arrive sometime this summer. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much for having me.
You
Can't
too.
wait to bring one back to Waco.
Yes, sir.
Well, another one back.
Another one. That's right. Another one. Jalen Bridges. He is now a part of the Baylor men's basketball program. He'll enroll probably during that first summer semester and get on campus, start working out with the fellas, and get to know a little bit about what's expected and vice versa.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was fun to talk to, and seems to have a great personality, seems relieved, like I imagine anybody in that position would be, because, as much as we talk, like it's so easy for us to talk about, well, they're just picking from school to school and all that, but there is a stress level that's unimaginable that comes with that, especially when you've already, been somewhere and then you're having to make that next decision, and, in his case, he's got to get it right. You know what I mean? Like, you can't really afford to leave West Virginia where you've been, making a mark for yourself and then end up in the wrong place. So I'm sure there's a lot of stress when you've got all these different schools coming at you and wanting you and telling you things. And, good to know that it was pretty seamless with his connection with Scott Drew and company and then, the rest of the staff and just, we're able to do a good job in landing him and making it a big addition for this basketball roster. So I'm sure he's relieved and will sleep well tonight, like he said, and look forward to when he gets on campus. But, a nice addition. This is the transfer portal. So if anybody was complaining about it yesterday and now you're celebrating it, well, that's what it does. It gives and it takes. And luckily for Baylor basketball, they've been able to get quite a bit of talent out of that thing. And Jalen Bridges is just the latest piece. But should be fun to see what he does, especially, talking about them getting him back to more of his game prior to West Virginia. It'll be interesting to watch that process. As he said, a slow process, a day-by-day process, but it'll be fun to watch that unfold and see how he fits in. And he sounds happy. And ultimately, to me, like, I kind of joke about, I just want everybody to have fun, but truly, in this chaotic world, somebody just sounds happy with what they're doing. I'm all for that. So it's good that he sounds happy.
We're going to hear from Treston Ebner on the week